Hi, I'm Sam, Head of Content at Silverdisk. I want to talk to you today about the things that you can do during the coronavirus outbreak to keep your marketing momentum going. Because yes, there are still many things that you can do for your marketing while we're in this situation, even if your business isn't running as it normally would. So the coronavirus pandemic and the lockdown have resulted in businesses having to make a lot of changes. Some have had to stop operating completely. Others have had to place limits or make changes to how they operate, and some are carrying on as normal or even seeing a high demand. So on our blog, we've already looked at how businesses experiencing higher or lower demand than usual can change their marketing strategy during this time. And today we're going to have a closer look at the things that you can do during lockdown if your business is doing little to no trade. So if this is you, you may have already made changes to your marketing strategy. For example, you may have turned off any paid advertising that was previously running due to low demand or because you were currently unable to fulfill orders. You may have also made changes or reduced your content or marketing output, such as blogging, email marketing and social media. Some of the content you had planned might not be relevant anymore, or you may feel it's not appropriate to share it right now. All of this combined means that you may be at a loss as to what you can do in terms of marketing, both to improve your online presence now and to prepare for when sales pick up again. But there is lots that you can do to continue regardless of whether you're currently able to sell products or not. So the first thing that we're going to look at is PPC. Even if your PPC is currently paused, you can still work on it by tweaking ad copy, doing keyword research, or researching any features that you haven't used before, such as audiences, automation, or Google Shopping ads. You can also plan for the future. So when the PPC is back up and running, what would you like to promote in particular? What's going to be important for you when this is all over? And then there's on-page SEO. So take a look at your website now and think about the following questions. How is your on-page content looking? Is it informative, entertaining, or valuable to customers? If not, how could you improve it? Does your content include the right keywords to help Google and customers to find you? And what about your page titles, headings, meta descriptions, and image alt tags? Do they all contain relevant keywords? These are all areas where you can make small changes, which, when combined, can help you to improve rankings and increase traffic. SEO work can take a long time to take effect, so the sooner you implement these changes, the better, and what better time to do it than now. Now on to on-SERP SEO. This is all about improving your visibility on Google search results pages, and you can do this through optimising your pages to appear in featured snippets or answer boxes, for example. Having a complete Google My Business page can also provide more information to users when they search for you. Other ideas include adding schema markup to your pages to help Google understand the information on your website and display it more prominently in SERPs. For example, you can do this by tagging your contact details and product information, or by adding FAQ schema so that there's an FAQ list from your website appearing in relevant search results. All of this gives you opportunities for taking up more real estate on SERPs. In other words, increased visibility, which could lead to more traffic. Schema markup also fits in with technical SEO. These are changes that you can make to your website from a technical point of view to improve your rankings and increase organic traffic. These include improving site speed, mobile friendliness, domains, URLs, breadcrumb trails, menus, sitemaps, 404 pages, SSL certificates, site structure, navigation, and more. Some of these things will be easier to implement than others, and some may require rethinking the overall architecture of your website. So while you may not be able to complete them all right now, you could audit your website to see what problems could be holding you back in the rankings and how you can improve them for future success. Now on to blogging. As I mentioned, you may have needed to make changes to your blog calendar in light of current events. This might mean moving planned blog posts to later in the year and instead blogging about what your customers should expect from your business and any measures that you may have taken due to COVID-19. It may also mean that you don't want to blog at all right now because you feel it simply isn't appropriate for your customers to read. While that's understandable, you could continue to write blog posts anyway without publishing them. By continuing to work on your content now, you'll be saving yourself time when your business opens up again, and at that point you're likely to be very busy. So you'll thank yourself for thinking ahead in terms of already having plenty of blog content available to use. And then, much like your blog calendar, your social media calendar may also have changed drastically from what you intended to post over these last few months. Equally, you may not be posting as much on social media now, particularly if you usually post a lot about your offering and now you're unable to. However, it's still worth keeping the lines of communication open with your followers so that customers still have you in mind when they are ready to buy from you. You may want to take some time to plan social media posts that you could share now, which are relevant to your customers, mindful of the current situation, and will help you to build your brand. These posts may be entertaining or informational, and as always, in line with your tone, values, and offering. You could also use this time to plan what you would like to post on social media after lockdown ends. What will you want to say to followers, or what products or changes to your business would you like to let them know about? Of course, the changes to your business and sales is part of a much bigger conversation, and we'll talk about how you can plan for post-lockdown marketing in a future blog post. Now, you can also make a plan for link building. Now isn't necessarily the time to be reaching out to other websites to gain links if you're not fully operational, but that doesn't mean that you can't be thinking about it. So, do you have a link building strategy currently in place? Is it working well? And how can you improve it? If you don't have one, you could start now by doing some research on outlets you'd like to get links from, where your competitors get their links, and how you might reach people when the time is right. And speaking of competitors, there are many things that you could look at as part of a competitor analysis. So what kind of marketing are your competitors doing, and how are you faring in paid and organic search compared to them? Are there any new competitors on the scene that you should be aware of? Have a look at their website design, content, SEO, and social media. What are they doing well, and how can you match them in those areas? Or what are you doing well compared to them that you should be shouting about as part of your USPs? That could be a great opportunity for adding more content to your website. Finally, if there's something you'd like to change about your website, now may be a good time to do it if it's going to cause less disruptions. Do it now while you have fewer visitors rather than at peak times. So perhaps your website is due a redesign, or there's something that makes navigation not as seamless as it should be, or maybe something's been broken for a little while and you haven't got around to fixing it yet. And if your website is working as it should, you may still want to consider how you can improve it further. So you could revisit suggestions your users or people within your team have made that haven't been implemented, or you could take some time to ask your customers on social media what would they like to see in terms of new features or things that would help them use your website better. For example, would your customers benefit from a live chat if you don't already have one, or maybe a chatbot? Consider conversion rate optimization too. What's making people abandon their carts? Is it something within your checkout process? How can you make purchasing as easy as possible through your website design? As you can see, there are so many things you can continue to do in the background while business is quiet, from small SEO changes on your website to getting ahead with content creation to making great improvements to your website functionality. At Silverdisk, we're operating as normal, and we're here to help with any issues raised here in any way we can, both during lockdown and when your business is getting back on its feet afterwards. So please do get in touch, and I hope that this video has helped you to think of ways that you can improve your marketing and carry on as best you can during this time. Thank you.